So 2 years ago when I was Grand Master, one of the brothers up there was talking about God's half acre. I said, please show it to me.
Yes, sir.
So I came down here and rode down and looked at this beautiful spot, and the children noticed there was probably 68, 70 graves here, that these were our babies. And originally, God's half acre wasn't on this site, but they moved it over here. But there's children buried in here, I think as early as 1878, wow, that we've been looking after for all these years. The beauty of the thing for me, I went back and was telling Terry about this beautiful place where our children rest.
Yes.
And we got a newsletter that following week that talked about a capital campaign because they needed a new fence around this place. Well, being you know my wife well, and I was telling her about, baby, what do you think? She says, write the check.
Yeah.
And that's how quick that came. You know, it's her love for this place and my love for this place. You know, we felt like these children deserve the spot, that we could all be proud, and we are proud of what's happened here. My lodge has adopted this, I guess, because of my love for the place, and we came over and did a lot of this landscaping. Alumni have a lot of credit for this, but we come over with sweat and toil, and you know, and the boys were type, you know, they're masons at Andrew Jackson in Salisbury.
Yes.
And so there was no hesitation about get your pickup trucks, get your rakes, get your shovels, get whatever you got to have, and come over here. So it's a lot of this landscaping with the plants. We spent a day doing it. It was one of the best days that we've ever had. Ben, I was saying, you walk down here and you see children buried in 1878. Actually have a Cherokee Indian boy buried here. Now we're not sure how old he is because it didn't have it on the deal, but he's buried right down there on the bottom right. So, wow. But it's really touching. I got a friend that's a Marine Corps, ex-Marine Corps, and he comes down here and he just really got emotional one day when we were talking about this place where our babies, these are our babies, these are our children that are buried here in this beautiful place called God's half acre.
It was appropriately named, didn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So your guys drove from Salisbury, and what is that, 2 hours for you?
Couple hours.
Yeah, and did much of this work. It is a beautiful spot. So I guess it was in much more disrepair back then than it is now. Well,
yeah, and again, they'd taken care of the place, but it needed a few plants, and it needed a little color, and needed a little landscaping around it, and so. And my lodge is adopted, and we're talking about what's the next step. Well, you know, magnolias, or what are we going to put out here on this place that people will come and visit. I think the more people know about this place,
absolutely,
the better it is as men and masons.
It's one of the hidden treasures of masonry in North Carolina, isn't
it? It is. It's almost like it was a secret.
You know, the first time you brought me here, Most Worshipful, we came with a group that had just come in from Philadelphia, and I was tired.
Right.
Now I wasn't really excited about coming out here in the middle of a soybean field and seeing this place, but you know, as soon as you get here, it just wraps its arms around you, doesn't it?
Well, and it does.
And while we were here, we had been standing here maybe 5 minutes, and this big 8-point buck got up out of this soybean field and ran up through this field. And you know, in a lot of cultures, in a lot of traditions, that's a symbol of vitality and life.
Right.
And it was just, it hit me so hard because here we are standing in a place of death, and this symbol of life gets up and runs away, and it was very profound. It's always a profound place when we do.
Right. I remember it well, Ben, because that week that we had together doing the work that we were doing, and to top it off, and I knew, you know me well enough that I'm going to drag people where I think we need to drag them sometimes.
Yes, sir.
And Ben Wallace, such a great guy, he was going to follow along and come look at it. But I watched the emotion on your face that day when we came in here. It's always a emotional tearjerker for me to come down here.
You can't come here and not be touched back.
You can't. You really can't.
Wonderful stuff. Thank you so much for sharing this place with us.
I'm glad we were able to do it, Ben. Appreciate it.
Yes,
appreciate it.
Thank you.